Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? I'm here playing a little bit of Destiny until they kick me out. Oh, I'm on the wrong character. But the change character, But right now, as you can see, I'm also watching the Destiny pre-show for the showcase. Put the audio on for you guys. Decided to set the mood a little bit with a little bit of blue. As you guys know, today is Arc 3.0. We've all been a little excited for this. I know why at least I have.
Hey, soy Colossus. Desde mis inicios como guardián hace ya 7 años, jamás creí que llegaría tan lejos. He puesto fin a incontables amenazas y he conseguido las armas más exóticas. También he explorado el sistema solar durante años en busca de las respuestas más enigmáticas. Y aunque las encontrara, seguía faltándome algo. Hasta que lo encontré. ¿Sabéis qué forja verdaderamente a un guardián? Los compañeros que están a tu lado en cada aventura. Ya sea tu escuadra o tu clan, ser guardián va más allá de uno mismo. Yo junto a mi clan he hecho de todo, desde partidas privadas que acaban en carcajadas, hasta culminar una incursión en su modo 24 horas. Si no fuera por ellos, yo no estaría aquí. Es por eso que mi mejor momento en Destiny fue encontrar a mi clan, ya que, a partir de ahí, mi destino tuvo sentido.
Yeah, so for right now, for the pre-show, they're just showing a bunch of different pics and things like that from different Twitter accounts. We got just a bit over 20 minutes before the actual good part of the showcase happens. As you can see in the corner, I'm also playing Destiny. I didn't really get the chance to do that bounties like I wanted to.
want to say one of my biggest memories about playing Destiny happens to be the raids and a lot of the friends that I've made along the way. VOG is my favorite raid, and when it came out, I was ecstatic. Again, happy Bungie Day to everybody. I hope everyone's having a great one, and I'll see you in the stars.
Hey everybody, I'm Tej, and I'm a Guardian. What makes me feel most like a Guardian is being able to be me. We all choose to represent ourselves in different ways, and when you learn about someone's Guardian and the legend that they've written for themselves, it teaches you something beautiful about them. I strive to create a space online through content creation that people can just come as they are, and we can all just celebrate in this beautiful world that Bungie's created for us. There's something really amazing about being able to connect with people through a shared interest without the fear or anxiety that comes with thinking that you have to be something you're not, or thinking that you have to conform to a certain ideal or worldview in order to be respected or loved. So I hope that on this Bungie Day, we all can remember what it means to be a Guardian. We all can remember to rally around each other, to show the love, spread the good vibes, and push back the darkness. I'll see you out there.
Pick up these bounties now. I won't be able to complete these bounties today. Most important bounties are definitely these. I don't really play Gambit as much, but it's whatever. Come here, Raul. Let me buy some glimmer for my boy. I ain't gonna lie, some of this fan art is really cool. The Guardian just chilling at the beach. Gotta love that. Ooh, another clip.
In a world where you rescue heroes from other timelines and brawl worm gods with your bare hands. It's a battle of light versus dark, monsters versus metal, everyone versus Telesto, in a lore-rich universe with an abundance
Everyone
of adventure
versus
and
Telesto. I love it.
But that's not just why we play, is it? Believe me, Nightmare hunts give me quite the adrenaline rush, but my Twitter mention suggests you expect more. So, did you keep playing for the life-changing god rolls? Or the mile-high sparrow flying? The Nessus frogs? The day one raid nights with your friends where you spend 8 hours and still don't know what you're doing? The Nessus frogs? You must have had some inspiration, right? Probably the creators and streamers that helped you forget that time you dropped your pizza, cheese side down.
Definitely the Nessus
Or was
frogs.
it the people creating a Destiny universe of their own with stories, art, and literally dressing for the job they want? Maybe you're here for the intellectual discussion, or maybe you're here Maybe you're here for the Destiny creators.
Yeah,
you
don't
love
forget about
so
the Space
much,
Horse, bro.
Bungie actually got
He
one
gives
to
you
do
everything
this
you
video.
need.
Hi, Mom and Dad. What I'm trying to say is, Destiny 2 is so much more than the game we see in trailers. While many joined for the fantasy, we found a home amongst its people. And in the end game, we stayed for the discos, the DPS, the grenades, the bad bubbles, burgers, and tannics behind every corner. Trombone medleys, laser tag, tower names, yeehaws, the dings, the punts, the clutcher kicks, sweeper bots, stasis crystals, cheese spots, raid callouts, pub stomp, ramen, sliding, chicken petting, Galahorn, Sepix Prime, shiny swords, titan.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to dive in and talk about just the kind of journey of being a massive Destiny and Bungie fan and what that's like to go from massive fan to actually working at the company that we loved so much. I want to learn about your journeys. How did you get started playing as a player? Playing Destiny, and kind of how has that relationship with the game evolved through the years? You know what, T, you and I, we've had many conversations, Rick Session. I want to hear from you, buddy.
So I've been playing the game for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And so, you know, as proof of my, you know, the D1 Alpha veteran status, I have my raid belt here today.
Let me refresh the page.
So this is my cringe
Seems to be a
moment.
little
where
buggy.
It's
proud.
nice to see one in person. I've only seen it on like screens and like screenshots.
Tell us a little bit about it. Like, how'd you get it? When'd you get it?
So
There we go.
that is the King's Fall World's First belt. Me and my 5 friends, we had, I say used to have, but I think we probably still have it. World's First of Fun. Like whenever we were doing World's First races, it was supposed to be about having fun and showing off the new stuff. And for me, I always loved raiding just because like I'm a problem solver by heart. Like that's also why I love working here, because that's what I do is I just kind of solve problems that are really complicated. That's really exhilarating. And now is very fun being able to watch others suffer for 24 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it is exhausting. So if you are listening to this and you are raiding, or if you're planning on raiding for a long time, drink water, stretch.
Bathroom break.
Don't
Drink
not-
water, stretch.
Please.
Thank you.
Breaks.
Yeah.
Don't let that heart rate get too low.
I'm very much with Sam on this in terms of like the loving the problem solving and loving to get into that. I really fell in love with Destiny when I started raiding, and that was like my moment where I was like, I grew up playing puzzle games and mystery games, and like I love those types of games, and to find that in Destiny and to find that same sort of like problem solving, but to do it with a team and to do it with your friends.
I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm totally on the same page. Like the #1 story for me around that is definitely Deepstone. Deepstone, like
what a
I
beautiful
played all the way
game.
through
So
Deepstone with my clan, which was amazing.
When you look back at the history of Destiny, there's so many moments like that, and I'm kind of interested on, is there any characters or story moments that really stick out to you from our history?
I feel like that's Destiny at its best, is like when you are learning from it.
Yes.
Like at least for me, I feel like the journey of Eris.
Yes.
From like D1 and being like, who are you? What are you doing here?
This is weird
Like,
chick.
Yeah, it's like
Looking up
super
her
creepy,
face.
right? Let's go. Yeah, but I think like seeing where she is now and then how she's like really helped everyone else. Like a lot of people, I'm a huge Zavala fan. I'm a Titan. It's just like in my blood. So like for me, like seeing Eris like help all of these different characters, seeing Zavala come from where he is, which a lot of people, again, I know some folks that don't really like him that much, but to me, he always just seemed like a really, you know, father figure who's trying his best for everyone. You know, when Kay died, right? I think like, you know, people were like, what? Like, Zavala, why aren't you doing this? X, Y, Z. And then we got to learn more about him. So for me, Zavala is like #1, that his whole character arc, and then Eris and like her character arc. You're all insufferable to then like teaching everybody how to deal with their demons.
Yeah.
I think
That's the
is
narrative
kind of
too,
crazy.
'cause-
Incredible.
Speaking to now and like through season 17, how Eris, she's like one of the epitomes of grief in her whole story and how she evolved to something where she's like, I had to learn how to deal with grief on my own. And to see her evolve to a character that is like helping people go through their own grief. It's Bungie, what the heck? Like, how do you do
And
this?
how patient she was. Like the fact that like when Crow would stumble or Zavala would stumble, she'd be like, take a step back. Patience. Healing doesn't happen overnight. And
Exactly.
I think what we've seen in the last couple of seasons of the incredible narrative team and just diving deeper into all of the characters, I think that's one of my favorite things that we've seen from the kind of expansion from where we started to where we're at now is just that deeper dive. And I know kind of where we're going with things and just like the more that we're going to be able to dive into and hear characters' backstories and understand where they're coming from and what makes them, I think to everyone's point, it just makes it more than just a shooter game. You have that additional aspect of these incredible stories that we all connect with in different ways. And it just makes it, it's the Bungie magic, it's the space magic, it's the thing that like... that
then you do a little emote jig at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And it all somehow,
Valid.
and it
Love
all
that, sweetie.
makes sense.
It's called Glimmer Gun.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, how cool is it like that we're here now? And I'm kind of interested, like, knowing your long relationship with this game before you even worked here. And then that we're sitting on this couch, getting to nerd out and talk about the things that we love the most. How has that been making that transition? What was that inspiration that drove you to be like, you know what? I'm gonna put my application in. We'll see what happens.
This is my first gaming studio, for sure.
Yeah.
It's getting into Bungie is interesting because I always wanted to be in tech. That's really where I started. For Destiny specifically, I played it every day, but I never really thought of it as a place to work until Black at Bungie. And so I reached out to a bunch of people on LinkedIn and was asking a bunch of questions. I was like, hey, look. So it was really amazing to be able to like get into the industry and get into Bungie.
Destiny for me was, that was back when I was streaming for fun. It was just a hobby, but then it became just a lot more to me because it has all these things I love about games, because I love RPGs and I love, you know, like the game feel of a Bungie game, right? When like you shoot that gun for the first time and it just feels good, you know?
Space magic.
Yeah, space magic.
Space magic.
Like,
And I always play the wizard, so I played the warlock.
you know, because that's all I want to do. I just want to cast space magic in every game that I play. So to me, the game's a lot. Like, it's kind of just, it gave me a career. It gave me like guidance in life for finding a community that I really love. And now I'm absurdly thankful that I can be a part of the team and hopefully make the game better to hopefully have that kind of impact on somebody else.
I knew that I wanted to work in gaming. I actually got the opportunity not from the Bungie career website, but from a Twitter post from a Twitter post. And I immediately sent a message and connected, and I was like, I want to talk about these marketing opportunities. And now I'm here.
Now you're here. You love to see it.
So, and it's just even now, just the fact that I'm sitting here, I'm just like,
You shot your shot, dude.
oh
That's
my
what
gosh.
life's about.
Literally, I shot my shot.
shot your
I'm like, this is what they mean, because you hear them throw that phrase around and you're just like, but what does it actually mean to shoot your shot? And it's like, no, it's like, you're not going to respond on Twitter. It's like, I'm going to find you in other places.
Even if you
You're
have
gonna
those
give
moments
me
of
a
doubt.
chance.
Even if you have that moment of fear, because sometimes to making a jump like that's scary.
It's scary.
If you're scared,
Absolutely.
do it anyway.
Yeah. The leap into Bungie was really similar to Will's story. This is my first role in gaming, so it was this like huge leap to, I had been working in marketing for a long time, but I really wanted to make the switch to something that I'm really passionate about and something that I love, because I think that's what makes work so magical, is when you get to work on something you really care about and you really, really love and you feel passionate about. So that for me was the kind of thing that pushed me towards shooting my shot and taking my shot a couple years ago and making the switch over to Bungie. And it's been incredible. There's moments like this where it feels very surreal,
Right?
where you're like, what is happening? This is very, very, just to have that, like, we all work at Bungie now. Like, we get to contribute to that thing that we all love so much, and incredible.
I'm sorry, but that's such a good point, because there's so many people that ask us like advice on how to get in, and I was rejected numerous times before finally getting that spot. And you know, I know it breaks my heart because so many other people are in that same position, and then they stop chasing that dream, because like, this isn't my first gaming job. I've been working in this industry for almost 20 years and as a journalist, and it was really scary to make that jump. I felt like it was right. I kept applying for narrative, and you know, granted, I sent them not appropriate fan fiction as writing samples, so I get it. Like, no hard feelings. I get it. And they were like, you know, it was just, they were like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit for Community. Like, let's put you through that interview process, and we did that, and it was scary at first, but the more I kept interviewing, I was like, wait, no, this was made for me. Like, this is what I was supposed to do. And it was funny because all of that trepidation that first week left, because I felt like it was family.
I'd like to think that Bungie gives space for that human condition, that human element. It's a place where I can feel like I can be myself. It's a place where I am being taken care of. And I'd like to think that, you know, we're not perfect and there's things we can improve upon, but we try to talk about those things.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was honestly so much fun just diving into your stories a little bit, not just like as devs and working on Bungie's side, but as players before that and the journey into that. I'm really also excited for the upcoming showcase, so I'm gonna need you all to meet me in the back. We're gonna do a blanket burrito, and we're gonna hunker down with some popcorn, okay? Let's go.
Deal. Let's go.
So ready.
I'm excited.
Blanket burrito, yeah?
Yeah.
Blanket burrito.
Right.
Comfort. We're both comfort here at Bungie.
Hello, old friend.
All right, guys, we got a minute left.
Corrupted gold! No!
Are they using supers? That's what I want in Destiny. I want darkness.
I just got chills.
This is everything I've ever wanted out of the story.
Multiple G-Force.
Oh my god, I love it.
Ooh! Damn. Growth is nasty, son.
Your life is full of it.
No! Woo! The Leviathan is back.
A scythe? A freaking scythe!
Where is Callus?
He has given himself over to the witness.
Yay! That was hot.
Sir, are you okay? Oh, you look nasty.
What the freak? Is that the witness? Man, that's crazy! All right. The showcase is starting.
Welcome, Guardians. So awesome to be here with you again.
Last time we got up here, we got a chance to show you Savathûn.
Yes, I
the
am
Witch
multitasking.
Queen, and her majestic throne world.
Since then, it's been a wild year for Destiny.
You returned to the original loot cave to reclaim the fabled Gallarhorn.
Then, you exorcised an ancient evil from a hive queen, so you could put it inside a grenade launcher.
And now, you've been spending
You
the past
definitely
few
did.
weeks
That worm is
cleansing
funny.
a derelict
Shit.
Leviathan from its twisted nightmares.
In fact, the last year has been the best year we've ever had in the Destiny community. I hope you can feel it as well. And seeing this kind of reaction from our community, it's both humbling and inspiring.
Because our team here at Bungie, we're not just developers, we're also guardians. We're trying to build what we'd love to play in Destiny, and that's what brought each one of us here. Brought us not only to Bungie, but also brought all of us to this final showdown between light and darkness.
So, without further ado, this is the beginning of the end. This is Lightfall.
Ooh, Lightfall.
When they see this glorious end.
Hold up. Is that Cabal?
Come for us.
Wait, what's this? What is going on here? All right, we're fighting Cabal. Is that Callus? Look how ugly he look, bro. All right, the pyramid ships. Whoa.
Let them come and see.
Bungie on Destiny look good. I like the outfits.
Reveal what they do then.
It's like we shattered in reality right now. What's this new area though? Is this the last city? It looks way good. Wait a minute, what's this green stuff? Is that vapor?
In the end,
I gotta go to the store, but I can't do this right now. That's definitely vapor. That's the new subclass.
I've seen that thing 100 times now, and every time I see it, I still kind of get goosebumps.
Instantly, I had chills. It's all here, it's all happening now. Things are finally coming to a head.
Thematically, we really have been honing in on that kind of bombastic, big set piece approach.
It's gonna be over-the-top action, adrenaline pumping, like the whole time.
This is really kicking off the conclusion to the Light and Dark saga, where we finally face down this foe that we've been anticipating facing for so long. It's pushing it to 11.
We've been hinting at this malicious force in the darkness that's been our enemy behind a lot of our conflicts. We revealed that enemy, we put a name on it and put a face on it, and that enemy is the Witness. And the Witness is coming with its newly empowered disciple, Callus.
Callus is really crash landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies than we've ever faced. Callus is taking that army that he's bringing with him to be the harbinger of the Witness's doom.
This is such a pivotal moment for Destiny. Everyone is coming to have a last stand with Callus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny
I want to know
1.
if this is the last city because it looked good.
We see in the trailer that we're headed to Neptune, and on Neptune there's been this hidden city called Neomuna, where an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune. It's a giant metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place is that it's pristine, it's new. It's not like a lot of the places that we've explored previously in Destiny. Exploring that space is very, very cool.
There's so much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and their story.
Cloud Striders can be compared to Guardians. They're both protectors of a civilization that's potentially under threat. But Guardians were chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the Guardians to learn from the Cloud Striders and their way of living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the newness of the Cloud Striders that we've never been aware of.
I like that.
And then, of course, you get a glimpse of this green energy.
Green energy.
I wonder what that is.
Yeah, okay.
Strand is the new darkness power that we discover here.
Strand.
Something that's unique about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had before. When you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe ever in the history of Destiny has used Strand before.
This is the Guardian discovering darkness on their own and learning how to shape it and manipulate it and use it against Callus and his forces and, you know, have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna. You are really going to have to prepare yourself for a wild ride.
We just got a glimpse of our new destination, Neomuna. Our new foe,
Is it Neomuna or
Callus
Neomuna?
and the Shadow Legion, paired with the Witness, and a very brief glimpse at Strand, but that's just barely scratching the surface of what this release has to offer.
Right, like
Like,
what
Strand
we've just
looks
seen in that
cool,
trailer
bro.
is just the tip of the
Just from the
iceberg.
preview.
And we've got a whole lot more we're excited to show you coming up.
Yes, let's dive in. Come on.
Last year, we wanted to return to our studio's roots in creating some of the best shooter campaigns in the industry.
That's been our legacy since Halo, and we tried to push that front and center in The Witch Queen.
And it's about more than just guns, but creating an adventure in a handcrafted world full of surprises. Then, we added the Legendary campaign option, because great combat needs to challenge you.
I love
to
the
test
Legendary
your thumb skill,
campaign
your
option.
tactics, and your build crafting.
And we heard loud and clear that you want more of that. In fact, 2 out of every 3 players that completed the Witch Queen campaign did it on Legendary.
You tested yourself against the Witch Queen in her Lucent Hive and rose to that challenge. And then you let us know it was one of the best shooter experiences that we've ever made.
So with Lightfall, we want to push that even further. We want to give you the best Bungie action experience that we can create with the brand new Lightfall campaign.
Lightfall is going to change the way that our players move, fight, and explore everywhere in Destiny.
Neptune is this fantastic destination. The capital city of Neomuna is a really fun place to explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
Oh, that's cool.
This is a city that we've made, and using Strand to traverse through it and explore it, it's going to be so exciting.
There's some places that once you whip out that grappling hook, ooh, you're gonna be able to explore and get to places that you couldn't before.
Look at that up there. I wonder if I can grapple to there. I'm gonna be a kid in a candy store.
It's not a city that is collapsed. It is a city that has lived through the collapse.
Neptune now has to deal with the cloak being pulled back and them being revealed to the world and are now central of the conflict.
Callus has taken his capital ship and just like planted it right down in part of the city, and it's Cabal-occupied territory. It's a city under siege. You've got this infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout the city. The Shadow Legion, they provide that like characteristic Cabal brute strength. They're all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now by pyramid technology. They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, take away some of your abilities, and then they fight alongside these terrifying new pyramid units called Tormentors.
Tormentors?
As part of his discipleship to the Witness, Callus has been upgraded, and so the Tormentors that they've brought in are these impossibly huge, unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes, they can attack from a distance, they can bring you in close, they can drain your very life force from you. They are basically embodiments of terror.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield. Your stomach drops.
Let me
You're
guess,
like,
you
okay,
gotta
I'm
shoot
playing
their,
through, I'm having
you gotta
fun,
shoot them,
popping
their
heads,
arms and
doing this
everything,
thing,
the
and then
protrusions,
boom.
like when you fight rope.
There it is.
That's my guess. Like you see the protrusion on the shoulder? I feel like you have to
All
shoot
the new
that and
stuff
destroy
going
that in
into
order
the
to do
game.
damage to him.
Strand, Tormentors, Shadow Legion, a cool new environment.
This
These are
looks
all a great
awesome.
setting for a new Legendary campaign, and we're still making sure that we go through and we tweak.
I love the
and
idea and the
tune and
concept
balance
of
the encounters to
Strand
have that
and the
right,
new darkness
challenging level of
updates
difficulty
and-
for players.
The Legendary campaign was
Everybody's-
a huge hit
the enemies
coming
are
out of
getting
the
an
Witch Queen.
upgrade.
It was the
I
first
love
time
that.
we had done that sort of elected difficulty where you could really test your skill and test your power. And so we're going to bring that back for Lightfall.
Of course, you're still going to have that higher reward tier, and we still want to make sure that you get that inside track towards being raid ready.
Everyone back at the studio is so hard at work on Lightfall, putting in the details and making this whole release come alive and continue to surprise and delight players. I am so excited to get this out.
Lightfall is unlike anything players have seen before.
What
in
weapon
Destiny,
was that?
And it's another step that sends you hurtling to the conclusion of the Light and Dark saga.
Yeah, come on, show us the supers, man. Look at that, he got a whole chain whip.
Come on. Amazing.
I'm super excited to dive into Strand and talk about all the new stuff that we just saw.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension, or this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all minds. And you, the Guardian, are sort of gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting all of these living beings.
Oh, so the strands of the universe
learn how to
are really
use strand,
tugging
it's
at.
almost
Okay, I
like
like
the third
that.
eye opens up. It's about peeling back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see them come together. Like, it's always been there, and now that we can tap into it, we can use it for our benefit, whether it's through movement or through damage.
Strand has a grappling hook. Since you're seeing into this cosmic web, you are able to grapple at any point because the cosmic web exists everywhere. Even if there's not an object there, it will hook on to that web and pull you forward. It's just taking that idea to the next level, putting that
The
destiny spin on it.
Yep. The grappling hook initially started as part of the hunter's kit, right? They're all about fluid movement, rapidly traversing space, and being very agile. But as we were developing, it's like, oh man, this feels like it's too much fun to just keep it to one class, right?
That's fair.
So we made the call to expand this super cool new ability across all 3 classes.
Where my grappling hook?
On the design side, we wanted to come up with how each of the classes interpreted this additional psychic dimension, like in their own way, right? So the Warlock, they're the telekinetic master of Strand. So they're going to be able to telepathically reach into the Strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these Strand missiles. Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
With the
that's
Titan,
sick.
you're able to weave these claws and do an area of damage around you, spinning and slashing.
The super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter Rope Dart super.
Rope Dart.
The Hunter does a flip and weaves these strands into this rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving around. The first time I saw that, even in its kind of like rough state, it just blew my mind. We've learned a lot
Sickness,
from creating
man.
our other subclasses, and we've taken those learnings about combat, about movement, about build crafting. We've put that all into Strand, and I'm so excited to see where players take it once it's out there in the wild.
Destiny is a game that gets even better when you play with your friends. We want to create communities that are welcoming,
I like the direction that
inclusive,
they're trying to take.
and to let you bring
I
your
really
old
do.
friends and make new ones. And since last year, over 5 million new Guardians have joined our ranks.
We believe that there are still millions more of your friends that would love to play Destiny with you. And the things that you want to see us improve in Destiny are also exactly what's going to make it easier to convince your friends to come and check out the game.
It should be easier to create custom, incredible builds. Easier to find people to play with. Easier to swap from being that boss-melting, storm-chaser-wielding, falling star juggernaut right into that ultimate yeehawing, dead man's tail shooting, Titan's rampart crutching sentinel.
And if none of what Joe just said makes sense to you, we want to fix that too. Because it's not about removing the depth that makes Destiny so great. It's instead about allowing everyone to dive deeper with ease.
Oh, we're talking about raids now.
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into, changes to how you build your characters, changes to how you see what there is to do and what there is to accomplish. And in the year ahead, we're actually making it easier to form groups in Destiny so you can go and do some of the greatest content that Destiny has to offer.
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's what's really exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow. Guardian ranks are basically like a knowledge ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks. And it's really like heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you as a Guardian involves other Guardians and what they think about you. That is just a whole new dimension of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before. When you show up in the tower and you see that person who's at one of the highest ranks, you're gonna know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny, not just from our perspective, but from the perspective of other players. Some of the higher Guardian ranks will actually be asking for you to step up, to actually rise to the occasion and prove to other Guardians that you are a strong player and a strong leader.
A lot of people have groups that they already play with, but this will really provide people the opportunity to be recognized for helping other people learn the game, but also provide more people to play with on a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players. You'll be able to find groups that are looking for players.
I'm so excited about being able to form groups in the next coming year because it can be really hard to get through some of the hard content solo, and making it so much easier to find people to play with is just going to make getting into Destiny and doing the awesome content so much easier.
Yeah, and they'll be able to say, this is a player who I can trust to lead me through the new raid. I want to join their group. Or they can say, these are players who are new to the activity. I want to take them for that first raid because that'll be a great experience for them and a valuable experience for me as a leader.
It's really going to help players come together and understand each other better when they've never met before. It's going to make the game so much more social, and I think that it's going to really make Destiny players feel like they're on one team.
So commendations is a feature that you'll experience towards the end of an activity. So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with. You can click on one of the Guardians and choose what experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
There's no better way to actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say, this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a system that's designed to let players show appreciation for each other.
Also, using the commendation system, people are going to be able to say, like, hey, this person as a good leader, and looking at the Guardian rank system, they have a lot of experience. It's going to be, oh, that's the person I want to help me get through this hard content that I've been struggling with.
To the Guardian rank system.
Social games like Destiny give you an opportunity to like really connect with other people and do things together and get to know each other. And with a system like LFG, you're making it so that more people can get that experience started than ever before.
Both the loadout screen and the mod manager are completely new features.
The mod manager is meant to make build construction Destiny a lot easier.
We all love our fashion game. Fashion game's amazing. And so we're gonna take what we did for the fashion game and we're bringing it to the Buildcraft game. There's gonna be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character. It's gonna be amazing.
So you'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Yeah, I feel like with the new release of Destiny and the commendation system mixed with Guardian ranks, we're giving players even new aspirations. It isn't going to be just about power level. It won't just be about gear. It's also going to be about that Guardian rank. It's going to be about those commendations. It's all the ways that we're bringing players together.
So today, we are also launching a brand new season of Destiny 2. And as we've evolved our seasons over the years, we've learned a lot. And I think we've been able to deliver some amazing character moments and events for the community.
We're long past the era of content droughts. Instead, there are exciting story and events happening in Destiny almost every week, year-round. And we're not slowing down.
Each season, we want to keep raising the bar for narrative experiences in any live game. We want to keep pushing to create unexpected adventures that'll make every season of Destiny unique. And we want to keep listening and learning from you, the Destiny community, so that we can create the strongest seasons of any live service.
Because the witness is coming. And if we want to survive, we need a crew. We need to enrich our defenses. If you're feeling surly, maybe even loot our enemies.
We may even need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure in the Season of Plunder.
The Season of Plunder. All right, let's go.
Aramis has broken free. The old crew crew's now really under her command.
I've read about them. What is the human word?
Pirates. The full vanguard should be rallied to deal with these outlaws.
Well, anchors away.
Season of the Plunder.
Show those pirates what happens when they crush Spiderhead. Hope you've got ammunition, Guardian.
Time to blow this rickety barge.
Come on, baby. What weapon is that?
You got the goods, Guardian.
Yo. Pirate fleet. Claim your treasure.
Sorry, getting a little swept up in all this adventuring.
But she freed herself?
What are you most excited about for Season of Plunder?
Pirates. This season we said, what if we just go to the stars and dig up buried treasure?
We are unearthing a lot of mysteries and secrets. We're swashbuckling onto enemy spaceships. And then we're also learning a lot of things about some of our favorite characters.
We're gonna have an adventure this season.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Aramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together in order to hunt down mysterious relics and treasures.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Aramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to be helping you.
Anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder. What you're going to be doing is forming a pirate crew of your own. You're going to fill it with different crew members that you can recruit over the course of the season. Drifter is going to toss you the keys to your personal catch. Then you're just going to set out into the stars and do cool pirate stuff.
So excited.
This season, we have multiple brand new activities coming that will really give you a sense of being on a pirate adventure. One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
Catch Crash.
When I saw the concept for the catch with the big mainsails on it, I just said, oh my God, this is gonna be a fun season.
Just like seeing Catch Crash through the different iterations, like fighting on the deck of the ship.
You get to become your own ammunition and launch yourself from a cannon to the other ship, and you are the weapon, so you're gonna go mess them up.
The second big activity we have coming this season is called Expedition.
Expedition, huh?
You're going to be guiding a massive drill that's looking for this buried, hidden pirate treasure, and you're going to have to be fending off of all these pirate crews trying to protect their hoards. And then our final new activity coming this season is what we're calling pirate hideouts.
We have so many like different little maps that you can piece together fragments of this season, and they lead you to the lair of the pirate lord, right? Their hideout.
These are their caves where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if Aramis is trying to collect them, it's nothing good.
Oh, y'all know what they do.
Taking the opportunity to line the Arc 3.0 update with the Fallen, it just ended up working out perfectly because you got all the simple Arc weaponry and the Arc shielded captains. It feels right with that release, almost like we planned it.
Arc is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy's faces and like deleting them. It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Unbridled aggression to the max.
Hunter is really about close range action, being fluid and dynamic and agile, evasive. So we're going to give Arc Hunter a new super. We call it Gathering Storm, where you summon your Arc Staff, like twirl above your head, and then launch it out, and then it will embed into the ground or into like bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. And while that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies. Warlock is kind of this elemental conduit. You are a class that will turn yourself into lightning. You will create things out of lightning. Previously, we had this exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you consume your grenade and it'll make a what we call a sentient arc soul that fires faster and does more damage as a result. So we decided to roll that into base arc soul behavior. Anytime you are amplified, any arc soul you have from any source will become the supercharged version that will fire off just rapid fire bolts.
Titan's about being this unstoppable freight train. It's about this constant movement. So we gave Titans a new movement option, something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment. You see it happen. Its
Thruster's
whole
like a
property
hunter
is
dodge.
rush down
Oh, cool.
or get away. It's a movement tool to the max.
Oh, I like that.
There's going to be this new melee ability called Thunderclap, which is like an amazing thing where he like charges his fist all super flashy. It's our first ever charge melee, so you hold down the button, and as that cocks back and charges up, you'll end up doing more damage and getting a little bit more range. And speaking of like the whole goal of deleting things, I believe in PvP a full charge is a one-shot kill.
It is, oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're going to have to really read your opponent here. The whole through line with Arc is like, it really isn't that complicated. It's move fast, hit hard, and stay alive.
Okay, yeah. Let me in.
What I'm most
Let me in.
excited
Let me
about
play
in
it.
Season of Plunder is
Let me
that
play it!
this is really a season that has a sense of adventure. You're exploring the system. You're looking for pirate treasure, pirate relics. You're seeing the world evolve in a way we haven't done before.
I love that with the activities in the season, like we just leaned really hard into the pirate fancies. I love that we have your own catch. I love that you're tracking down buried treasure and then going after the pirate leaders in their caves.
The interesting thing about Destiny is we're not just a fantasy game or a sci-fi game. We're kind of a blend of both. And we take inspiration when we say pirates. It's old world pirates that you would see traditionally back in the 17 and 1800s. We have like a flintlock pistol. We have an exotic fusion rifle that plays different than fusion rifles you've ever seen before.
It's just like end to end, just really leaning into that spirit of like the pirate adventure. And let's also make it so that new players coming in can actually jump in and get started. The gift of the Thunder Gods is a starter kit. It's a set of armor, it's a Thunderlord exotic weapon.
So jump in, join your friends, set sail, become the captain, and build your crew today in Destiny.
I want to. Let me in the game. I ain't gonna lie, I am kind of hungry too. King's Fall's return! Yes! Yes! King's Fall.
Man, it is so awesome seeing King's Fall return to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, King's Fall was the first thing I got to work on at Bungie. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall. We've shown you the new damage type, Strand. We've shown you some of the deeper changes to the game that we're going to be making throughout the next year. But we have one more thing that we are excited to announce today.
Destiny is coming to the Epic Game Store today.
Epic has been an absolutely fabulous partner to work with. They love Destiny. And we are just huge fans of what they've been doing in the social game space. When we first started working with Epic, we sat down and talked about the impact that their games have had on us. And they had a bunch of the same stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the social experiences in Destiny. And I got to talk about the summer of Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the island to unlock Drift.
In addition to launching all of Destiny 2 on the Epic Games Store today, for the next week, if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free. If you haven't earned your Galahorn yet, or you haven't played the Grasp Dungeon, come to the Epic Games Store and you can jump in for free.
We want to welcome all these new Guardians with a celebration, one that stretches a little further than the last city.
And then he joins the Epic Games Store.
A few years ago, we shared our plans for the Light and Darkness saga. This journey, years in the making, is coming to an end. Since we started charting our own course, we've been building this story. Across 5 years of expansions, since the first pyramid ship emerged in Shadowkeep when we first spoke to the darkness. Then, across Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and coming up in Lightfall in the final shape, we're building towards a climactic collision between the powers of light and dark.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years to come. Because Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions. We want this story, since we first communed with the darkness on the moon, to be fully playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning to sunset any more expansions. We want the Destiny universe to grow, and we're going to continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible within our game engine.
But enough about the distant future. Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
Yes, because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play for this entire week on every platform for everyone.
Right now, Season of Plunder is live, and the Helm's got a set of supercharged art gear for anyone looking to catch up on the fun.
Destiny is live on the Epic Games Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack as your welcome gift.
And if you liked what you saw about the future, right now, pre-orders for Lightfall are live on all platforms, and anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
Today is a perfect day to play Destiny.
So we'll see you in game.
When they see this glorious end,
Yeah, I gotta watch it again. Like, how do y'all feel, yo?
I've read about them. What is the human word?
Like, I'm amped. I am amped. I'm amped for it all. I am amped up for it all. Look. Amped. Soon about to be amplified. About to jolt some enemies. Gotta love it. And Strand. Oh, Strand about to be nasty. I don't know what y'all think, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Been chatting with the boys the entire time and everything. Like, we ready. I gotta get into the game. Let's see if I'm able to get in. Am I able to get in? What say you? Still Season of the Haunted. Yes, exit. I want to wait. I want to be in season. Still kind of early, so that makes sense. Guess I'll watch the post show a little bit.
Hey Guardians, and welcome to the Destiny 2 Showcase post-show. Oh, I hope you're having as much of a good time as we are, because it is so good to finally share all the things the teams have been working on so hard behind the scenes. We've got Arc 3.0, we've got Space Pirates, we finally have Drifters saying more than 2 words. It's a beautiful thing, and we've got some really cool stuff lined up. Before we get to that, I want to say what a pleasure it is to welcome to the stage the one, the only, D Flawless.
Hey,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Yes. Thanks for having me. It's such a blast to be here. Like you said, we got Pirates, we got Arc 3.0, we got Light. We got so much stuff to talk about. I can't wait to dive into it and just go over everything.
Go ahead and give us your best Drifter impression. Go ahead.
Pirates.
Pirates. I love it. I love it. It's gonna be great. We've got some deep dives with some of the developers that are responsible for the beautiful world of Destiny. We've also got a live gameplay stream later on with some of the team as well, which is gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Hopefully nothing crazy happens.
No, we love crazy here. We're Bungie. Come on, let's go.
Well, never mind.
But speaking of deep dives, you actually have something coming up, right?
Put two together and they make great shots.
I got some members of the dev team here with me, and we're gonna be talking about some of the new stuff that's coming to Destiny 2. What's going on, y'all?
Howdy, Flo.
How's it going?
Thanks for joining us.
What's going on? All right. So last time we did this was Shadowkeep, and Dado was here, and let's just address the elephant in the room. All right, there was a popular meme made, and I don't have a notebook like Dado did. I have cards, okay? So you can't meme this, all right?
Solid.
We're safe.
We're safe.
All right.
Good to know.
How's everybody doing?
So good.
Good. Happy to be here, man.
Awesome, awesome. Let's go around the table and let's have everyone introduce yourselves. Let's start with this lovely gentleman to my left.
Hey, everybody. I'm Joe. I'm the game director for Destiny 2.
Oh, hey, everybody. I'm Dan. I'm the general manager for Destiny 2.
I'm Taylor. I am the senior test lead for Season 18 and Season of Plunder. And yeah, excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm the project lead for Destiny 2 expansions.
Hi, I'm James Tsai. I'm one of the creative directors on Destiny.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you all so much for being here. So let's just kick it off. We're all just talking. We're all just having a good time. What are we most excited for?
I'm also excited for Arc 3.0 and Strand, and
It looks so good. Did you guys see that trailer? It looks so good.
I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited. I think in general, like in Destiny, we've went to
I want to play
very
the game.
different
Let me
destinations. They are very nature ascendant, and I think I'm really excited to just see what a up to date, like super futuristic neon city looks like, and I'm very excited to just use the grapple on that. So, yeah.
Grapple. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say the thing.
I ain't
about,
gonna lie,
it's
I'm
really
also
cool
kinda
because,
hungry.
As Kat was saying, we've gone to a lot of like abandoned places, a lot of nature ascendant places, places that are falling apart or overrun. But New Muna is like this. It's a civilization that the people believed in, and it was worth protecting, and it really embodies like the positivity and the hope and the optimism that runs at the core of a lot of what Destiny does. So it's a really cool place.
I think I'm excited for how different it feels from where we've been before. What Kat and James were saying, I think last year the team was sent on a mission, and we said, can you make a really cool swamp? And they're like, okay, yeah. And then they're like, okay, we've gotten really good at this like swamp making. It's like, great. Now make a city, right? Like now make like futuristic, like something that's never been done before in Destiny, where you feel like, minutes before you got there, it was functioning, right? Like people were thriving in this place, and that's just a place that we've never been before in Destiny.
Absolutely. You guys killed it with the design. And did I see this correctly? Are we getting destructible environments in the game?
So the game is like all about like blockbuster action, big fun sequences there. And yeah, there's definitely like some locations, some places where there's gonna be a lot of like things blowing up, a lot of visual flair. It's not like the kind of destructible, like dynamic destructible stuff where you're like gonna blow like a new path in the level and be able to like take a different route than you thought you could. But it really adds a lot to the mood and stuff to have like these things blowing up all over the place. It really complements the theme of the release.
Yeah, I think for us it's about really highlighting some of those moments, right? You're gonna place the rally banner down, and just a sea of Cabal or Vex is gonna pour out, and then suddenly glass is flying everywhere and bands are going right. And that's that moment that we want. And then we're like, okay. Yeah, I think I earned that, those 2 treasure chests for my encounter there. I'll be on my way.
After all the explosions.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the trick, right? Like, it's a war zone, right? Like, I know we've been at war, and I know we've been protecting the last city, but to Joe's point, we just spent, the last year in the swamp kind of playing detective. And this is, the battle is there. It's huge. It's larger than life. So there's things blowing up. There's the constant struggle. It's just a very different vibe. Super excited for the action of it.
Who doesn't like blowing stuff up?
Yeah.
I do. So we talked about a little bit. Tell us more about who we're going to be encountering on Neptune. Who are we fighting?
You just want chicken?
We saw some Cabal.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is, the Witness has pulled in and sent Callus, right? You probably saw that concept of Callus's, in classic style, the big pyramid ship with his own sort of
How much chicken are you actually going to eat,
crowned
buddy?
on it. And so there's going to be a lot of Cabal, and then there's also this sort of Vex undercurrent threat of Neo Muna as well. And so that's an interesting thing that players will sort of discover, what they've been dealing with for the past. But on top of that, I mean, Callus is back, loaded up, really as a disciple of the Witness. And so
is it really him?
I could say with like 97% certainty. It's like Callus and not a robot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely probably.
But yeah, it's so cool because we've been seeing like a ton of stuff going on with like Kayatal and stuff in the past few seasons and things, and we're starting to explore like more of the backstory of like the Cabal, find out more about them as a combatant race. It's just really exciting to see that happening, like the Destiny universe continuing to grow.
I started my cart just to let you know. I didn't place it yet.
We're gonna find out like why he's signed on with the Witness. What does he want? What does he hope to gain?
Yeah, but speaking of which, though, but like, even though it's 97% Callus, and it's the Cabal, but it's not the Cabal we know, right? Like, as becoming a disciple, Callus got some upgrades. So like, there's a different Cabal we're going to be fighting. There's different flavors to it.
And I think the biggest upgrade, it's not just the Cabal. There's there's another unit of the pyramid coming with the Cabal, right? And the witness said, hey, you're gonna need some help. And that's what we call this the Tormentor, right?
Tormentors. Those things look terrifying. What can you tell me about the Tormentors? I'm excited to go up against these guys.
They are terrifying.
They are terrifying.
We got champions, now we got Tormentors.
The Tormentors
Dear
are
Lord.
a new pyramid unit that will be joining the Cabal and the forces of the Witness this time around. And they're basically bosses in the battle arenas that you will encounter throughout Neomuna. They are, as you said, terrifying to fight against. They have different phases, and they're really like, scary mini bosses.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we call them like terrifying Grim Reapers, and these things are awesome because they're like the
You want the
first, like,
rice,
pyramid
Danny?
units that are like in the core.
I got you.
Sandbox now that you know, so that
Danny, don't ask again. What I keep telling you.
Tough encounters, and they have a bunch of different ways they can hit you, right? They have like this like side thing, we call them, you know, like I said, our terrifying Grim Reapers. So they throw these like side like projectiles at you. They can rush in and like, you know, like grab you and stuff. And it's just like, it's a completely different experience fighting them. It's a really, really fun kind of like.
They're living up to their name.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get tormented by some tormentors.
I like how terrifying Grim Reaper was the throwaway term. Like that's that's scary.
This is Grim Reaper, but worse. Right? And we also have another new character type. What are we calling these Cloud Striders? What can we say about these guys? Are they friend, foe?
Yeah. A little background on the story of Neomuna. So during the first collapse, there was basically a ship that was able to escape, and that's how the society in Neptune started, and how Neomuna as a city came to be. They basically have been preparing all these years to avoid the second collapse and make sure that all their citizens are safe. As part of that, there is this class of people who actually are volunteers. And it's a very different paradigm from what we know as the Guardians. The Guardians are basically chosen by the Traveler to defend humanity. With the Cloud Striders, they actually volunteer to go through a bunch of cyber enhancements and really be ready to protect the citizens in the city. And so that's a very heroic thing to do. And we're going to be able to discover more of their story and how they came to be. But also it comes with a cost, like they actually shortened their lifespan for about a decade as they are Cloud Striders. And so you basically have two at a time, one who's mentoring the next one, and we're going to see some of those things play out in Lightfall.
Yeah. What I sort of love about the Cloud Striders is they sort of form this mirror for the Guardian in a bunch of ways. You know, we think of Guardians as the only heroes for the solar system, but the people of Neptune have come up with a different way. And you know, you take yourself as a Guardian, you know, this 6-foot mystic hero, and then you stand next to one of the Cloud Striders, and you're like, oh,
I'm small.
Yeah, and every one of the Cloud Striders looks like they're hitting the gym, you know, morning, noon, and night, and they have a very different approach to combat maybe than our sort of like tactical view or mystic powerful view. They're all force all the time.
Yeah, it's a beautiful juxtaposition, right? Like you have the Guardians, as Kat said, that were chosen, like, you know, chosen for immortality but still for defense and protection, versus these Cloud Striders that opt in to shorten their own life, the antithesis of immortality, to sacrifice their mortality also to defend. And it's interesting to see, like, to explore how those two different societies play out and how they approach battle and how they approach combat. It's gonna be really awesome to see it play out.
That's awesome. So speaking of combat, we have a new energy type, Strand. Tell me everything about Strand. I want all the details.
Grapple, what else do you
I mean, it's green. You saw it was green. Like,
it's green. There you have it.
That's the bulk of it.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things for Strand, you know, is it's the first power where your Guardian is the first person to ever encounter this. It's sort of a thing that you're learning about, and you have mentors that are helping you learn more about it, but you're really on the front lines of this sort of new darkness power, and what does it mean, and then I think how that gets, you know, translated into gameplay is this high mobility. We really love the thought of the cosmic web, right? Behind all of us, there's this web that connects everything, and Strand is about touching into that web.
Sounds like the Force.
That's why grapple can grapple anywhere, right? You don't need a point. Yes. The web is everywhere. You find the web and pull it towards you, and how the different classes sort of, you know, make this web come to life, I think it's going to be really interesting for our players to discover over the next few months as we start talking more about it. Absolutely.
And it's been something that we've been exploring on throughout the whole campaign, is also your Guardian's journey in discovering Strand, as Joe was saying, and how we can learn and utilize this new darkness power is part of the story that we're gonna go through with players. And so it's been really cool. As a Titan, I'm very excited about doing the Titan thing and actually hold Strand and have like a whole AOE.
What's with all the punching?
Whoa, they're claws. Now they're grafted on.
Excuse me.
This is a refined punching.
Gotcha.
So yeah, super excited about Strand. And I think one thing that I really want to make sure that we highlight is what Joe said. Like, you don't need a grapple point to use the grapple. Like, you can actually grapple onto anything, the air or whatever you want, because we are using this cosmic web that permeates the world.
That's really good for me, because as a hunter who regularly overextends himself into like every fight and is just like after 2 seconds like, I gotta get out of here, that grapple has saved my life a lot of times.
Sweet. Can't wait to get my hands on the grapple. We also talked about the Legendary campaign in the showcase. Is there anything new to the Legendary campaign coming, or can we expect some of the classic rewards that we got last time with the getting us raid ready and things like that?
Yeah, I think from a reward side,
can you stop being such a nasty pig when I'm live?
I think we're gonna give you the awesome, gear.
Hell no, nigga, I'm burping.
To get you up in that
You burp right into the mic. I don't even want to hear that.
The new exotics this time, we're making sure they have high stat rolls on them.
It's a natural thing. You lucky
it
you
is
what Glad does and fart in the mic.
First of all, Glad is a pig, but I love him anyway.
Yes.
You're going to be able to earn one extra fragment right off the bat.
That type of stuff
the
makes
difference
people
is
laugh on stream, like, oh,
less in
crap.
the rewards and more in the campaign itself. If you look at
they ain't do the
Witch
update yet?
Queen and what we did in
Nah,
the
not
campaign
yet.
of Witch Queen,
They kick people
I
out,
sort of like
though.
to compare that to the
get
Colonial
in
Strike.
Yeah, you can't get
There's
in right
like
now.
a little bit of
Okay, good.
nuance,
I'm
it's a
gonna
little
close
bit
out
creepy,
then.
there's some mechanics going on, and you got to play with a little
And I can't
finesse,
even exit
right? Each
because
thing is a little bit
fucking
surprising.
kids broke my cords,
Really
my
what we're
keyboard.
doing
I gotta
right
find a
now,
low
it's like
cord
a
now.
playground strike, right?
Sucks,
You're like,
bro.
hey,
Yeah, I'm still watching
you want
the
to
stream.
shoot a lot of people, right? Like,
About to
just
go
like,
off.
get in there
I'm
and
not
like,
watching
just
that shit.
the
I'm not watching
fun
anymore.
of
About to go
Cabal.
off.
I think the thing.
Stop.
We're gonna
They're
first go through
only
Legendary campaign,
they're only
and we
wasting
hit that
time
right
until they
screen
can
on
roll out
encounter. Sometimes
the
you
Which is fine. I got nothing else to do.
Oh, how many?
I know that. That's fine. I got nothing else to do right now.
Not many.
Plus, they did give a little more info on some of the stuff.
I mean,
Well, they
Legendary
did that
campaign has
after
been
the
such a
huge
joy
showcase.
to,
They
like,
talked about more of
like to bring into
Strand
the,
and
Destiny,
yeah, they're talking about it
the
now.
past couple of releases.
Yeah, I
Just
can't
getting
wait to
back
see how that
like,
plays out on older.
smart
Well,
combat
I would
that
love
you-
for them to
like
put
you
like
have to
some
make
secret
choices.
stuff
You can't
on
just,
the older
you know,
maps. You know what I'm
do
saying?
James and
Like
rush
some
in and
some
then
things.
try
Like,
to
we
grab,
couldn't
like,
reach certain
actually,
areas on the older
yeah.
maps.
You'll
Actually,
probably
like,
be
look
able
at
to
all
use
your
it like that.
stand, where you're gonna aim, what your loadout
I would love
is,
them for them
you
to
know,
put like
how are you
some
kitted out for
some
the
hidden
fight? And to
no
see, like, the
things on the older
designers,
maps
you
that you
know,
can
at
get for like
Bungie, like just spend so
know,
much time
just
thinking about like all the different dimensions of
mementos and
encounter,
stuff.
like all the different
Lore.
ways that a player
I'm
can
excited
pick it apart.
for-
And,
well, I'm
you know,
excited
the
for
different
Strand for
ways that they
sure.
want players to
But,
be able to
like,
make
the
progress
new
in it, or
city
like
to
push
explore,
back on the players.
I can't wait for that,
There's
bro.
just
And
so
then
much like
the
loving,
new
like,
characters, the
handcrafted
Cloud
work that goes
Striders,
into
they look
designing
so
these
sick.
encounters. It's just been so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I was excited
Honestly,
watching
just
that. I was
because
like,
I'm
oh
probably
my
the-
god.
Yeah, I'm definitely the
Only
most
thing, the
listening person
only
to
problem
Bungie.
I have
think
right
seeing
now
that, what James is just saying about the love that goes into crafting all these experiences.
Bungie's like playing
has
this.
been absolutely.
I don't want
just
to. I
fascinating
want to
and
tell you
just
how, and you're gonna be like,
endearing,
yo,
honestly.
you kind of right, bro.
As a huge
So,
Destiny fan,
we had our
and,
three
now
like
having the
classes,
privilege
correct?
of honestly working on
Yes,
my
we know.
absolute favorite game in
Yeah,
the world.
Void, Arc, Solar.
It's
So,
amazing to see how it all comes together. And
They
sorry,
did
I'm
something
gonna stop where I'm emotional.
that they
Sure.
all right. So
Taylor,
basically,
let's-
what they
what are you-
did
what are you
was
thinking about the
they
Strand
didn't want to
abilities? What are you
admit
excited
that they
for in
fucked
Lightfall?
up,
What are you thinking?
so they did
I'm gonna
this.
jump into?
I feel like
Here's Solar 3.0. Here's Void 3.0.
We're all Titans
Here's
here,
Arc
right?
3.0.
No?
Warlock.
We're not going to admit to y'all that we fucked up on these subclasses when we first made them, and they were like shitty.
Really?
I think the
And now they're going to be
problem with
perfect
being
when we
able to
give
see
you
the internal
3.0
stuff is you see all the armor sets
subclasses.
really early, and you're like,
That's what
okay,
you know
what class
Bungie
am I
did
playing
this
this time?
recently.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
3.0 2.0 soul
yeah,
classes.
especially,
I don't know if
yeah,
you
the
agree with me or not, but that's how I feel.
I don't agree or disagree. It's more like in the middle for me because one, I agree that yes, past, they were like,
abilities will,
there was all
fucking trash.
They weren't the
like,
greatest
kind of
subclasses.
mesh
They were
with-
fun, but like
Yeah.
because
aesthetic fashion,
they weren't
so it's
customizable.
nice
you know what I
to
mean?
kind of,
Yeah,
like,
but now
fit
they are
that in
fucking
with your
perfect.
subclasses.
And the reason, but the reason why I agree
indie.
half is because of that. But the reason why I'm like in the middle and I kind of
we-
disagree
we
is
love
because
fashion, we
like
love
I don't
Destiny,
think
we
we can
don't want
necessarily
it to
just say
end,
that they
but we've heard
effed
talk
up.
about the end.
Maybe
of this
they did,
light
maybe they
and
did. And
dark
I feel
saga.
like
What
it's
does
more
that
like
mean?
they
Is
were
Destiny
younger
going
back
away?
then, and they were restricted by who
Destiny's
they
not
were
going
working
anywhere.
under. Remember
I think
Activision
the
and
easiest
all
way to
that.
think about the end of the Light and
Well,
Dark
they
saga
were
is the
under
end of
EA
a
too,
chapter,
so
a
you're
much
right.
longer tale,
They were
a
under
much
EA
longer book
too,
or
so
series
you
of
mean
books or
right.
something like that.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
this
like
is
they were a
great
younger company then.
moment in time in the history of Destiny and in the history of the world. And we want to tell it right, and we want to have a
But now they have
satisfying
like
conclusion. But a
they have more
conclusion to that
resources, more
chapter,
money.
not
You
the
know what I
story of
mean?
Destiny.
Well, they actually have
I
more
think we've
money
been
with
for a long time. We've
Activision.
been setting up.
No,
It was,
PlayStation. No,
you know,
Sony just
got
gave
this
them a
big
crap ton
white
of
ball
money.
in the sky, the Traveler, and we've
Yeah,
got
it was
these
like it was like 80 some
creepy
billion.
pyramids coming from space.
Like 80 some
And
billion. I don't
we
know
wanna
why
make sure that
they're
we're
not doing
always
any
making good
exclusives
on those stories.
They are.
for
They're
one.
doing exclusive
You've
on
been waiting
PlayStation.
for
They do
this.
some exclusives back on
We're gonna
PlayStation
give it to
again.
you, and then we're gonna go to an next
Did he
chapter,
did?
and
They-
we're gonna be
they're
able to
bringing them
move
back.
beyond that in the Destiny.
What are they
universe and
bringing
talk
to
about new exciting
PlayStation?
matters.
That
Awesome.
they're not gonna be able to get it. Well, I'm pretty sure PC probably be able to get it.
Yeah, but
Fortnite.
yeah, there's going to be some exclusives that they're doing because they signed that deal with Sony. I don't remember all the details. but-
Epic? What's going on?
I mean, if you don't get it, it's cool.
Like, why wouldn't we want to be on?
I
Epic
don't think
Games
PC
Store,
will get
right?
it because
one of
they're like
the-
their
one of the key
own
pillars
little.
Well, remember,
of
it doesn't
Destiny
really matter
that
if
we
you
are
got a
ambitious goals we try to
PlayStation
hold ourselves to is we want to
cross-platform.
be able to play this game. Right? Like, and,
Yeah, but
and just
what
Epic
if
Games
it's
Store is
like
such a
you remember
huge step in that
for a
direction.
while
There's so
there
many
was like
amazing gamers
a couple strikes
that
that
are
were
over there on that
only
platform.
PlayStation
And we're big
exclusive.
fans of
Which is
Epic.
why
So
if
they
they-
got
if they
games
do
that
that,
we're
rid of it.
excited today. to be
Yeah,
able
which
to
is why if
bring
they
them,
do that, I'm gonna be
like,
I'm gonna
just
be
bring
downloading Destiny
to
on
all
my
those players who may
PlayStation
not
for
have
a little
experienced
bit.
it before.
Oh god.
Try
You know,
those
and
strikes.
also worth mentioning, if you do go on
If that's
Destiny
the case.
Epic Games Store today and sign up, you do get the 30th anniversary pack that we launched last year for free.
You remember they had?
I think the deal that they did with Epic Games was
I'm super
smart.
excited to see all the collaborations. Epic.
You didn't see that?
Fortnite, Fall Guys. All
They
that. But
they
before we get into
they
to
signed
that, there's some other things,
Destiny's going to
very
Epic Games as
exciting
well.
things that the community's been asking for a long time.
That's why the Fortnite crossover is
LFG's
happening.
coming into the game. You finally did it. What's
And then
Give me the
anybody who
story
plays,
behind this.
Yeah, I mean, the
anybody who
engines just
joins
talked
Epic
about
Games
how
as well
important
as
it
starts
is
a new
for-
Destiny
for
account
us, for the
for this
Destiny
entire
team to
entire
make
week,
sure that
all
Destiny
expansions are free.
is,
And
like,
also,
a
if you
social
sign up
game
with
and a
Epic
game
Games and
that, like,
download
it's so
Destiny
easy
2
to
on
jump
Epic
in and
Games,
just, like,
the
find
30th
either
anniversary,
play with
you
your
get it
friends
for
or
free.
find new friends to play with, right? And so LFG is really a step in that direction. And so making sure that we have a really good system in-game where you can jump into your favorite raid if your clan is not available for some reason, or you're actually looking for a clan, I think is going to bring a lot of those experiences to way more people than it currently does. And so it's super exciting that we'll be able to bring that in next year.
I think one of the most exciting things about LFG is the way the team is approaching it, right? And they want to make sure we have the right foundation because we want a really stellar LFG tool in Destiny. And so, you know, what's coming first with Lightfall is this thing we call Guardian Ranks. And Guardian Ranks for us is
Yeah, I remember that
journey
video.
from the absolute new light
set in
player
a Mercedes
all
Benz.
the way to a Grandmaster.
He set in his Mercedes Benz that
you
has
can go
like
through these ranks. And it'll show you, hey, here's what you need to do next. Oh, you've mastered that?
Set in a
You should try
Mercedes-Benz
some of
that
this
was
stuff. You should try learning
basically,
about build crafting. Okay, you should try getting into dungeons. You should try getting into a little bit harder strikes. And
it's
we think
bulletproof.
of that as really
To
as
showcase
the base
how
for LFG.
bulletproof
When you want to go to
windows work
LFG, you
on
want
his
to know
Mercedes-Benz.
that the people that you're looking to build your raid team with, your
That shit
dungeon
like
team
boom,
with,
boom,
your
boom,
trial
boom with
team
the
with,
AK.
you want to know they're ready. Right? And so
Guy was just sitting there
Guardian
like,
Ranks really is this thing where you can say like, hey, I'm ready. Like I've done all the stuff that shows I'm ready for the raid.
Stats.
Yeah, and I think between Guardian Ranks and accommodations, we not only have the tools that are hopefully going to say, yeah, I know I can build a good raid team.
Yeah, that's
this
why
tool. We
I just
also
logged
have
in.
encouraging people
temporary
to go down
capacity,
and
so I don't
say,
think there's
hey,
a
let's take this person on their first
update.
raid, right? Let's bring them up. Let's get them up to the next level of Guardian ranks. And so I'm really excited about how the social team is addressing all these things, because it's really important. We love the sort of unmatched made content in Destiny. We want to keep it challenging and engaging, but we also want to build those tools that are going to allow you to get into that content and say, oh yeah, I've done the raid, right? I've done the, you know, I've gone and mastered some of the coolest content in Destiny.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of cool elements that, you know, like Joe's talking about, where it's like, it's showing you what you need to do to, you know, to progress, how to spend your time. Another property I really like about Guardian Ranks is that as you move up, it forces you a little bit out of your comfort zone. You know, it's getting you to try new things, to maybe do new things like new activity types, to try and put yourself out there like a little more in terms of like, you know, like the aspirational content, or trying to do some social things to keep your growth and your journey in Destiny like moving forward at all times and not falling into like these like the same patterns over and over. So there's a lot of just really cool effects having like a Guardian rank system, you know, that has on the player.
Yeah, and one of the last things I think that we're really hoping the system can do is, Destiny can be an overwhelming game, not just for a new player to get into. Hey, there's so much stuff, what should I do? Also, if you're taking a break and you're coming back. And we really want the Guardian ranks to be this place that you can go, where you're like, what should I do? There's so much to do in Destiny. What should I do? And you can say, okay, I should work on this.
Wait, you're allowed to take breaks?
You are allowed to take breaks. And I think this is a really important part of Guardian ranks, is that even if you have friends who are playing, but like you're coming back to the game or you're brand new to the game, that's probably a place you can point them to. And it's like, why don't you just follow like this? And it's probably a good path for you to ramp up. And then Joe also mentioned commendations. And one of the really important things about building a game that's inherently
Did you have to update anything?
And we want it to be, is to make sure that our Guardians are in their best behavior and are being super helpful to the community. And so commendations after every
did you have to update at all, bro?
Activity is actually something that will be able to reflect that, where
No,
players
I ain't
will
had
now
to
be
update.
able
It just
to
let me
send
come in and
commendations
says
to each other
Destiny
and
2 is
reward
temporarily at
players
capacity.
for their good things that they did in the
Alright,
game.
I'll
They were
look at other
helpful,
people's
or
streams
like they were
on,
really good at PvP or
on,
whatever it was. And
yeah, see
and
what
so,
Glad and
and
them
so
doing.
that system plugs into Guardian ranks, and I think it's going to be really a highlight of the system.
Yeah, the once you get past all of the, hey, I've done all the content, there's a few.
I remember he was
Guardian
on the stream.
ranks
He said, you know, you
that
have.
actually
He's
about
even following me for 3 years. Why are you not subscribed,
okay,
Grim?
you've
So
proven
I
that you
don't
can do all
know.
this. Now prove that you're
Tired
a
of that
person
shit.
that
Tired
other
of
people want to play
subscribing
with.
Sounds like a
It doesn't always
commission.
have to be that you're the, you know, most amazing.
He's still
lady
looking
leader. It
at
can also be that like, well,
thingy.
that's just like
They're still looking
super
at the showcase.
dependable, right? She's got like a
Yeah,
good attitude,
I'm watching it
and
too.
like you look at her lane in Vault of Glass, and you're like,
Yeah, everyone's-
that's handled, right? Like, and I can always count that like what's going on over there is on the up and up.
Is there like a comic?
There is an
for those of
update,
us who are
so-
really just good on chat.
I don't know if I close out. Yeah, I can't close out of this shit though.
Good at riding the backpack.
That's right.
Can't even get to my fucking drink because of my
How do you know there's an
Off a
update?
ledge somewhere.
Somebody
put
just
it
said
in
on
All right.
on Xbox
so
S
one
there's
of the
a
things we're going to get
there's
our
an
hands
update.
on, well, now, Season
Right,
of
let
the
me back
Plunder is here.
I can't even do
Arc
that.
3.0 is here.
My
What
fucking
do we have to
keyboard
say
is
about
fu-
Arc
is-
3.0? There's so
Where's your
much cool
controller,
stuff
bro?
to get our hands on. Taylor, what do you
Control
think?
still don't work like that,
For
bro. I
Arc
can't get to the
3.0, it's
home
touching,
screen.
like all things
Okay.
Arc, and so like one of the things that is really cool about Arc 3.0
Let me just
is
put
you
my.
can bring in you know older
I don't
Arc
want to
weapons
keep
that
doing this, bro. I
have been your favorites.
need to record ASAP,
really
bro.
cool. And like
close out this
having
thing.
that like synergize
Hello.
with the new Arc 3.0. It's something that I think we're
game.
really excited
Yeah,
to
there's
see
an update.
everyone
I'm about to- I'm doing it now.
playing with Arc 3.0, being able to you know kind of build up and craft their own
Why is my update not appearing?
style
gotta
and
go to
seeing
Steam.
like
Go to
what
Steam.
people come
I
up
did go to
with
Steam.
in the
I'm in
next
here.
few weeks, and
Oh yeah, mine's just
I'm just
appeared.
really excited to see how everyone handles it. I'm really excited for like the Titan Thunderclap. I cannot wait for that.
Titans get another
Dude,
one-shot
this shit is
ability.
down at 6 kilobytes, like not megabytes.
I get to throw my arc.
I hate that this shit is
I
on my
cannot tell you how
fucking
many times I have popped that thing, gone
It's on my,
twirling, gone after somebody, and they just like
Okay, now
just
it's
like
okay,
just
never
jump
mind.
over
Sorry.
me, and I just go right off the ledge
Sorry.
to my doom. Now with
Did
like
it
being able to
update
throw the
in-
arc
in the
staff, like I have
background
like a
on my
whole nother way to
computer?
just
I'm
like
confused.
miss and like be totally ineffective with
know,
my
but it's
super and
updating
get
now
laughed
for
at
me.
by everybody. It's like it's
Hunter
Update
struggles.
just rolled out.
Hunter struggles. Warlocks have a
Yeah,
cool
but
new
I don't
ability
even-
where they
it's
turn
not
into
even
a
appearing
ball
for
of
me.
lightning.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, we need to.
I'll be asleep.
Maybe I have to reset my computer. I don't want
Let's just
to,
put
though.
that in the game.
Yeah.
And
I don't think so.
also Blink is back on the menu.
Yes.
How great is that?
You got it to automatic
I
update,
mean,
right?
I'm excited for the people that
How do I
love
check
Blink.
that?
As someone that is
No, I mean like
constantly
You have
the
that
victim
on, like,
of people
That's what I'm
that
saying. I
are
don't know how you
in,
check that.
you know, a PvE jumping puzzle. Like,
you have to
don't
go to the
worry,
games.
guys, I'm great at Blink.
Allow
And then we're
downloads during
just sitting there.
gameplay.
We're on the King's Fall tomb ships. We're looking down at them. And you're like,
You got it,
you
buddy?
sure? You sure you're great at Blink?
Oh, man. So Arc 3.0 is here. We got Season of Plunder, Pirates.
Let's
talk about
that's
the narrative
not
theme
clicked
of
on.
this season.
Oh, no, you don't have it on.
Why Pirates? What are we doing?
Pretty sure you're like
Where do you see that?
I
That's
set
what I'm asking.
myself up for the why not.
You'll click on the like the game
Who doesn't
profile.
like pirates?
You'll go to like
I think
manage,
that we've seen time and time again.
and you go to
pop culture,
properties
like,
and
we're
like
always
updates.
so fascinated with like the
Always
pirate
keep this game
fantasy of, like,
updated.
action, adventure.
And then it's like high
peril,
priority.
a lot
Always
of that
auto update this game before
unknown on
others.
the open seas, and
yeah,
that
I don't think
felt
you have
like
it on.
we could really merge that into the Destiny universe and make it make sense, because there's always
Just- you
looming
may have
danger
to-
in the
you may have to
universe.
go.
Like,
You may
No, it
may
is on.
already.
empty space.
Huh?
You don't know
It
what's
is on.
lurking out there.
So maybe
And
it's already
I think it's
updated.
also a really cool way that we
roll back
can tap into some further stories about like
Did you have
Drifter
yours on?
and Spider and
Oh, I
how
always
they
gotta
have
manually
these
update my shit.
run-ins with you know, the unsanctioned side of the galaxy, and kind of just finding a little bit more to them, and some deeper dives into their personality and their characters.
Yeah, pirate mystique is just a real thing, right? Like, and when you have, to Joe's point before, right? Like we have our sphere good, triangle bad. Like we have a very clear.
Yeah, this was
image
on
of
my
what's
fucking
on what's on
PC,
what
like,
side of the battle.
not my,
having something that is
hard
neither,
drive.
having something that is that.
Yeah,
like,
bro, it is
you know, you don't
downloaded
really
already.
know where it's going to go, and is unsanctioned to use your
7.46
words. I just think
gigabytes
that's
is
really
nothing to
exciting. It just adds a
download.
new dimension.
Like when I
to the-
look
to the
at
struggle
when
that
I
comes
put
with
it when I
And Pirates
put
is
it
really
download
like,
on
it's
my
classic
hard drive,
Destiny. Like,
it
the
literally
Fallen
tells me
are spider
download
pirates.
fucking
It is time that
95
we
gig.
make good.
Only gonna
When you
take
say
me
this is a
10
fallen
minutes.
captain, you're like, a captain of what? And you're like, of
So
that.
95 gigs is only gonna take me 10 minutes.
Aramis is back.
It's this slow ass fucking hard drive Cobalt told me to buy.
I mean, but that's a true statement, right?
Like, it don't get it only gets speeds up to fucking
pirate ships are cooler.
like,
it's always are. There's a
100
cool thing about
megabytes
the
per
pirate
second
aesthetic that
download.
think
And I don't
the
like
team
this
just
shit.
nailed
I'm
for
gonna get a
this
whole brand new one.
So can we talk about the aesthetic a little bit? Are we getting pirate hats?
Just
What
re-download my
are we
games
gonna be
to
wearing
that
as
hard-
pirates?
that
Are we gonna get
external
to
hard drive.
do the full get up?
Oh yeah, we.
I want one that has
as
a download
the
speeds up
fashion
to
lover here,
3,000 megabytes.
We get the hats. We get
Which is
some
basically
slick
3
coats.
gigabytes.
I am a Titan main, but I have to say the Warlock set is so cool. We kind of are fashioning our armor sets based off
But
of
with,
like some of the
Comcast now
pirate
moving
fantasy,
to
like captains
10
or
gigabyte,
swashbucklers, and
internet
so
now.
you're seeing a lot of
This
hats.
shit
You're seeing a
gonna
lot
be
of coats, a lot
a
of like
fucking
shiny
breeze,
buttons and
bro.
like doodads that are just attached to your armor, and it's. Oh,
Talk
I'm
about
so
downloading
excited.
at a gigabyte. That's what
I
you're gonna be able to
am going
download at a
to
fucking gigabyte, bro.
wear so much pirate
Or
gear.
2. Or 3. Facts,
All the
bro.
pirate gear.
It's gonna take 5 seconds for games to download.
You know, well, I don't. Yeah. I don't think we get parrots. We do get crewmates though.
Which means I think I'm gonna just
Okay.
upgrade my internal hard drive to like 6 terabytes.
Someone
And
called
then
Julia.
see, I'm gonna just see how I gotta do it. I may have to get a bigger
Pirates,
case
pirates,
though.
you know. So we're looking good. We got our pirate gear on.
And
What are
just
we
use
chasing
the
after
external
this
hard
season?
drive for like, footage,
A lot of booty, but a lot of loot.
like gameplays and shit.
Heard it here first.
So we have.
Let's see. I'm gonna contact
we really
Evolve
leaned
and see how
into
much.
the
I'm like, I got 1
fantasy. So
terabyte
we have,
of
an
memory
activity
of
called Catch Crash.
SSD.
Try. Say
I
that 3
need
times
about
fast.
5 terabytes.
It is a challenge.
Need to upgrade like 4 more terabytes. How much would that
it
cost?
is- essentially, you are having a
And I may need to get a
shipboarding
faster
crew,
processor,
and you
too.
launch yourself over to the enemy ship.
I mean, a whole new
you
motherboard,
fight your
a
way
whole new
through to the
CPU.
captain's quarters, and then you
A whole
you
new
know,
fucking power
beat
supply.
up that fallen captain and get that loot.
Bro,
And then we also
I'm about
have,
to spend like
expeditions,
$600-700
and it
bucks
is
on this shit.
3 different activities where you're kind of going, plundering and finding treasure and glory. And then we also have hideouts, and those are 8 different activities where you go in and you are getting rid of some scurvy dogs in those hideouts.
That's
and
because
you're
J. Cole ain't that type of person.
Long lost artifacts.
You don't need
So it is really kind of
saying J. Cole is worth 117 million. He rides around with no security,
some lost,
no chains on.
loot,
He
getting
doesn't
some
flog. That's
glory,
because J. Cole ain't that type of
meeting
dude.
some
He did
fighting
that when he
forces
first, with Double Platinum.
And it got old for him fast.
So
Yeah, it got old.
We're
It got
gonna
old
get some
to
new
him
story
super
stuff this
fucking
season.
fast.
You know, we get new
Like,
story stuff coming.
bro,
with
you saw him
Lightfall,
with that shit on
but the
for like
day-to-day
what,
gameplay
5
loop of Destiny,
seconds?
what's coming to
I don't know who
Strikes,
got
Gambit,
into his
Crucible?
fucking
What
ear.
can we say about that?
Bruh.
Yeah, I think the good news today is that we've got Cathedral of Dust
Bruh.
coming back to Destiny today. We've got
He
a new,
got rid of that
PvP
shit. He got rid of
mode
the
coming
gold
soon
chains
this
and the
season called
watches in
Eruption.
2.2 seconds.
Next seasons, we are
Remember,
hitting
so
the old
my chaining
competitive
day.
playlist pretty hard.
Mhm.
We're doing some matchmaking
Classic
stuff,
right
and
there.
on top of that, we're getting focusing Ingrams coming.
I don't know. I don't know who got into his ear. It had to be Jay-Z. Like, yeah, that shit looked good for them. He was like, but is that who you really want to be?
Turning our eye towards
Motherfucker who wearing
Zavala
$1 million
and the
of
old
chains and
Vanguard
jewelry
playlist with
on
focusing
you.
coming to him.
And
We are refreshing.
That's because you
some
can hear it in his
strikes,
music, even in
which
his
is the
first couple
thing we've done.
albums,
This
even
is
in
not
his
like
first
an
like
old
official
strike
album,
coming
bro.
in Destiny. It's
You're in
a
his music.
D2
He
strike
ain't
that we
about
look at
all
and
that.
say,
Yeah.
people else could use a little bit of love. And
Like
so-
a shadows.
and so you
He
may
rides
find
around
out
with
about some
Vike.
of those coming in, and then we've also got some really
Yeah,
exciting
take
changes.
like
just,
Keanu Reeves. Keanu
coming
Reeves is
to,
worth like 400
Nightfall
million.
stuff overall
Yeah.
that we'll talk
Keanu
about.
He
Keanu
rides.
Reeves is
And then, of
worth
course,
a
next
lot.
year,
He don't have no security.
you should expect
Nope.
reprised PvP and
Rides the
maps,
subway.
PvP maps coming.
He
in.
gets
New
most
York.
of the money he makes from his gigs
So
to like charities and stuff. Like,
What
Yeah, it's
else are you guys
pancreatic
excited to talk
cancer.
about? I mean,
That's what his sister and his wife passed away
one
from.
of the cool
Yeah, so,
things
So I think
real
from
talk,
the
like, for the
trailer
most
that
part,
we
he
saw
just
that we
has
didn't
enough
get
to
touch
spend on him
really,
to
we've been
survive.
talking about fashion
Yeah.
and the
Keep up
changes
his-
you guys
his
made
living.
to the fashion interface
Just cool
was
with me.
amazing. That's
Oh, yeah,
now
definitely.
coming to loadouts. Can we
Fucking
talk
cool
about
with me.
that?
I ain't upset about that shit at all.
I
I
have a nice
respect
story
him.
to tell because I remember.
Yeah,
I
when
remember
it-
interviewing
on his
for
birthday, he was
Bungie,
sitting
and it was
on
like,
the,
if you could add one thing
train,
to Destiny, what would
eating
that
a
be?
birthday
And I was
cake.
like, low
And
dogs.
people saw
And then
him
everyone
eating
was
that
just,
shit
like,
alone,
looking
and
at me
that
'cause,
and the
again, I
lady
wasn't high yet,
actually
and I was just like,
this is crazy because the lady actually
you know,
had her.
as we saw,
It was her
all
baby's
dots are coming. So it's very
baby boy's
exciting.
birthday
I think
party.
It's something that,
She
like,
bought
every
like
Destiny
2 packs of
player,
candles for her son.
has
He ended up,
wanted to have
lighting
in
one
the
on the
game.
train,
And so I'm very
and
excited that
there was
not only
the
like
people
you
in
can
that
have
cart
multiple
sung
builds,
happy
but also
birthday,
the fashion
birthday
game is kind
boom,
of
and
introduced.
he shared
and
some of his
and
birthday
part
cake
of
with
that
him.
experience, and so
It
it's
was
gonna be
the lady said it was the most humbling experience
Also worth
ever.
mentioning that, like,
She said
much
to
like
see
some of the
someone in
third
his
party apps that
stature,
exist, the loadout system will
just
be
be
able to pull your
happy
gear from
that
anywhere.
people
So
was
you don't have to
acknowledging
make sure
him
you're
for his
carrying all the
birthday
right
and
stuff. You
celebrate
can
his
switch it up on the
birthday.
fly. You can pull from other
And
characters, the vaults.
it was like
etc. I think it's
afterwards,
gonna
a
be
lady came on
pretty
that was
big
old,
for,
and
player
the
quality
train
of
cart
life
was
and
like
just
full. Then it
enjoying
came
the
on that
fashion
was
game.
old, and she didn't have anywhere to sit.
I think what James was talking about
And
earlier.
before
when he was talking
anyone
about
else
those
can,
handcrafted
they said before anyone else can
encounters in Lightfall,
offer
I think one of
their
the
seat
things
to
I'm
her,
really excited
he
about
did it.
was,
But
playing through the
like it was basically like how like it's like if me, you,
hey, the tax
Ink,
of switching up what I'm
and
using
Kobo
is so
were on the
high,
train,
I'm
and
just gonna
Keanu was
find
on the
one
train.
good
You see the
build,
old lady,
and
we're
I'm
all
gonna
gonna
hope that
offer
it
her our
lasts,
seats,
and
but it was
unless
like,
I hit
hey,
a real
man, we
roadblock,
can sit
like, we're
here.
gonna keep
But
sailing.
Keanu already offered her
You know,
like
with
like
all the
a split
the
second
light
before we
subclasses
could.
getting 3.0 and
That's how I
you know,
was on the train.
loadouts and you know
No,
the
it's
manager
just
coming
Destiny
along.
to
I'm
run
really
that
excited
capacity.
for
I
players
just
to,
joined back in.
boot up Lightfall, set up
I'm glad
all
I
their
don't have to go to
different
work, man.
possibilities, and then go into these missions. And if they
Oh,
fail
I'm
one,
glad
say,
I'm- well, I do, but
you know
it's
what, I
at
think
10
I just
o'clock.
use Void for this, and then
Yeah.
just press the button and be on their Void loadout, and then just hit that rally flag and be ready to go.
That's super cool. It's super cool.
And I think with all the synergies and mods that you now slot everywhere, I think
Eating that crawfish. Why motherfuckers like crawfish so much, bro? That shit is not good.
And like even strategize with, if you're playing with a fire team and be like, how can we make
that
sure
shit is
like,
nasty.
we're all
Crawfish has
covering
never
all
been
the
good to
things that we
me.
need to cover for each encounter and each activity.
My daughter
So
love that
it's-
shit,
yeah,
though.
Super excited about it.
Huge time saver. I'm so excited.
My daughter
for that
love
because
crawfish. I
my
don't know
fire
what it
team
is about crawfish.
way too long in the tower.
I don't like it.
to like
My
figure out
daughter
what
though,
they're gonna set
she
up
love
and
that
what
shit.
they're
She'll
doing.
break that shit off.
Let's
Eat
just go.
the brains,
So
suck the
I'm
brains
just-
out of that bitch, then eat the tail. Be loving it.
I'm really excited for content creators as well.
When you go to
because
like
I think
this,
one thing
when you go to
that's
this
been
fucking
difficult,
restaurant,
you know, people will discover a great building. It can be really hard
that's
to
all
show
she
off
gets. She
and
get a
talk
pound of
about.
crawfish
And
and
this
a
is
pound and a
yeah,
half
just
pound
take
of
a screenshot
shrimp.
of one page.
She be loving it.
And here's everything you need to see on it, right? And then someone will be like, oh, Okay, I
You
can
know
set
she
that
loving
up.
it because she start
And
rocking back and
flawless
like
loadout,
side
right?
to side.
That's great. I like that. I might use it. Yeah, no, that's a great feature that you guys have added.
Like,
You know,
hell,
as
that's
a
some freaky
creator,
ass
doing
motherfucker.
guides, sharing
And then
builds
this
with the
one day we
community,
went.
being able to just share on the fly like that. It's going
This
to make
one
a
day
lot
we
of
went,
people's
right?
lives
I
a lot
had
easier. You can just
raw
click of the
oysters and
button,
clams.
switch to
I
an
like
all
raw oysters
strand
and clams,
loadout.
bro.
So
Like that's
let's
my dad
talk.
put me
Let's
on
go
that
back
shit.
to strand. All right.
Like especially like if you get like the oysters
strand, weapon,
and
strand,
you pour
armor,
like
what's
the
Hold
cocktail.
on. I want to hear this question real quick. Hold
Exotic
up.
strand weapons.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think that's all we can say.
Yeah, without someone from the weapons team appearing from behind one of these photos and taking us out.
They're in the building, you know they are.
They're watching. Okay.
One thing we haven't talked about though are the raids. So we have
Yes.
a
All
new
right, go
raid
ahead,
coming
bro.
out this season.
Nah,
Well, new.
They
new
did
raid
you
coming
ask
out
the
this
question where they're
season,
going to be
and then
strand-based
no one
weapons?
asked about Lightfall. I don't know.
I wanted to hear what the answer was.
We definitely have not.
Basically,
talked
they
about the
basically they
raids.
hit him with the okie doke by not really answering. But the way they looked when he asked the question.
Yeah, I mean raids are like.
I think they're going to be
like
strand
one of,
weapons.
Our most cherished.
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Bro, I think it's going to be strand
I
weapons.
hope not. I would be mad as shit. Mad as shit, bro.
They've been.
I do not
we're
want to
super
get killed by a
excited
post
about
rifle
and
that
we'll share
has
more
strand
soon.
ability on it.
And then I think
I curse shit. I will whoop Bungie ass.
I don't know. They look
Especially
like.
the exotic. I'm good with that.
I don't think it's probably
Again,
legendaries,
sworn
but
to
they said,
secrecy
but the
here,
way they
but
look,
you'll
they got a
find out
strand
when you
weapon in
find
the
out,
works,
but
bro.
I think that we've been really happy with the amount of raids and dungeon content.
Yeah, I still ain't getting
really
yet.
want to make sure.
Bullshit.
As
Yeah, I'm
Guardian
just
ranks and
chilling.
LFG coming on, there's always just like a.
What about anybody else?
dearth
Anybody
of
like Glad or anybody in?
Nah, I'm pretty sure they still watching the showcase.
Really nice. And we talked about the raid. I'm assuming the witness
Dado
is going
probably
to
gotta
be
fucking
tied
hate
into
Dado,
that
but love him at the
some
same time.
Some kind of way. Can we talk anything about what we can expect from the witness? Are we finally going to learn more about what the witness's deal is?
Yeah, they're still watching showcase. All of them still watching the showcase.
There you
None
have
of
it.
them. Oh!
Yes, we'll find out about the witness.
Oh!
All right. Anything else you're excited to share with us? Any insights from the team? Any tidbits
Are you in?
have for us?
I think I am.
I think one thing we haven't talked
bitch.
about, James, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about the gear that's waiting for on the helm, and I wanted to talk about.
I don't know why, bro, but something's telling me to
today,
pause
right now,
to stop my stream, restart my stream, and reset my computer.
And it's from.
Because I feel like
I think
sort of
you
used a little
need
bit of this
to
3D printing,
log out of
cloud
Destiny,
runner,
see if you go back to
I did
Steam.
do that.
technology,
I did do
and
that.
this thing
Just
called
do it
Quicksilver
again.
Storm, and I think
again.
the weapons team has gone a little
Because I had
bit
to do it twice
wild here
before the update
because it
popped
is
up.
somehow an auto rifle that shoots bullets, missiles, and grenades.
Okay, I'm in, and all I'm gonna do is shit.
Yeah, man, my update came late.
So we can get our hands on that right now.
Yep.
Okay, so
Pre-order.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the
full pre-order.
I'm
And the
gonna
other thing
just
Joe
listen.
was mentioning,
I ain't even in yet. It still hasn't even
back
loaded in
into the
yet.
fold in Destiny is always really, really important to us. And we know that like if you take a season off or you lapse for a little while,
There it is, I guess.
there can be a lot of work just to
Yo,
get,
let me tell you
like,
this story,
get
bro.
back
You-
up to your
When I was at work, bro,
to where
the
you
other
wanna
day,
be. So
Yeah.
with
This
this new
dude
season,
up here
you'll be able to
ordering
go
with
to
his
Helm
girl and whatnot. So I'm
grab,
like, all right, cool,
a
you know,
chest that
whatever.
will catch you up now. So we're gonna have
And
like a full set of gear.
He gets
in
a
there,
burger, she gets a
and
burger. They
it's
both
gonna bring
get
you up
doubles.
to the
He
to
gets
the-
fries.
to
He's
the
like, you
base
want
power
fries?
level for the
He's
season.
like, no, I'm
We're
not
also
really
gonna
want no
have
fries. Blah,
a
blah, blah.
special little
I was like,
exotic gift for you. in
okay.
there, so if you haven't gotten
And then he gets a
Thunderlord
large
yet,
soda.
now's
She
your
was like,
chance to grab
and he was
that,
like,
and that's gonna
what you want to
pair
drink,
nicely
babe?
with Arc
And she
3.0.
was like,
I
I
think
don't
what's
want nothing to
really
drink. I just want the
exciting about
burger.
that
He was
gear
like,
is
are
it's
you
not
sure?
just about
I'm like,
the
yeah.
power level.
And then he looked at me, and I looked at him, right, Grim? And I just gave him the look, and he was like, he gave me the look like, yeah, you're right. He was like, add another fry and another small drink on there. I was dying.
Legendary weapons, some
I was like, bro.
armor, some Thunderlord.
I'm gonna play my
anyone
Titan
to be able
first.
to wear this and to be able to go into some.
Bro, I gotta play
some
my hunter
match-made
first. I got
nightfalls,
to.
and people be like, oh, that's
I gotta play my
good.
Titan.
What you're wearing is good.
I got a chance for
and sort of have
hold
that
on.
confidence that as you get those better and better
real
weapons,
quick.
you have this baseline of like really just competent weapons and armor to go out and adventure in.
So yeah, we got Thunderlord coming back, and probably a bunch of new arc weapons are going to get a nice refresh with the new season. Any weapons in particular y'all y'all are excited to play around with this season?
Like I said, I love my Trinity Ghoul. So
Trinity
Yo,
Ghoul?
Trinity Ghoul about to be broken
Risk
this
runner?
season, bro.
That's not going to be a problem at all.
You hear me, Grim?
Sweet,
Grim?
sweet. Well, season 8, Season of Plunder is live right now. You can play it. But that's it. That's all our time. I just want to thank all of you for taking this. Again, it's the Lightfall trailer coming to you right now.
Yeah, I watched the trailer again. Yo, Grim.
Glorious end.
Grim, you there, bro?
They will come for us.
He must be on the phone or something.
Oh shit, man, I'm coming back.
Bro, wait for me, nigga. My dude's almost dead.
Wait, I can't wait for you. It sent me into something. I don't know what it sent me into.
Alright, yo, collars look ugly as crap, bro.
Like once it loads me in, then I think I can back out and then wait for you.
Let them come and see.
Ah, the drifter. I hate the drifter. He's a bitch.
You know you love the drifter. Yo, you know the new enemies that they created? That look like Roll?
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait to fight them dudes, but I feel like they're gonna be a pain in the ass at the same time.
Where the hell are we going? What is this? What is this place? Oh. I'm going to wait. I can return. You have to return to orbit.
Alright, it's just... Yeah, it's installing. Alright, I can open it up now.
Alright, I'll return to orbit. We'll wait for you. Voyage through the stars, discover forgotten secrets, lead your crew into battle, plunder your loot. Alright,
Alright. Well, I'm getting out of this screen.
Welcome back, Andy.
You can pre-order, right?
A lot of good
Lightfall,
stuff.
A lot
the
of good
annual
stuff. And you
pass.
survived your
Brave
first
campaign.
encounter with James
Wait, there's
Bond.
4.
I did it.
Okay.
I hope I wasn't
Lightfall
staring
key
too
dungeon.
I mean, if you were.
That's the annual pass one.
You're
The
good.
order
You're
is
good.
just the
I
unlock
really like what you guys
Quicksilver.
were talking about, especially what you
Yeah,
were going
Quicksilver.
through with talking about Cloud Strider and Ark and Shran and Pirates. I can't wait
Quicksilver
if
is
anybody
a
has seen
good
the
guess.
Pirates. You
Ancient
kind of look
Kitsune
like
Nightly
Preston
Mule.
a little bit. It's a character. He's like, another settlement is waiting.
Ornaments
And I'm like,
and
I'm going to get
Emperors.
my settler on. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. I'm going to destroy enemies. It's going to, in the nicest way possible. Kindness
Destroy
matters.
them in the nicest
Lead the
way
salvage
possible.
Destroy them
mission.
with love.
On
You know the thing
submission
I like about
once
Preston
you
is his outfit.
she load and let me
His
know.
outfits too. You're about to talk
I'm about
about
to go to
some
the tower real
outfits.
quick.
We're about to talk
Hey,
some
never mind, I'm
outfits.
actually- I don't
I'm
have to go to the
excited.
tower. I can
I'm
go
a
to-
big collector. If you don't know this about me, I have a
Go to store right here.
shenanigans.
Oh, new gun. Delicate too.
But it's really exciting. So, like, I'm actually excited to go into the next segment. 'Cause
Hey.
that's where we're actually talking with consumer products and
Hey,
getting our
okay.
geek on. Hi, look at that outfit. I love it. I love it. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm amped off of this showcase, man. I just want to be a space pirate. Dreams do come
I'm
true.
just mad as hell.
Facts, right?
Where's
Facts.
the-
All right, before we go into
There's always-
this, because we're going to be talking about the Lightfall Collector's Edition. We're also giving away 10 Lightfall Collector's Editions.
There's always a finisher. Where's the finisher?
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to
Hefty
stop my
boys.
stream for a second. I'll be right
this
back.
This giveaway is going to be, unfortunately, for our North American
Wait,
audiences
I can
only.
pause the stream. can't I?
But if you do win in the chat, we do the Twitch drops. Make sure you're in chat and engaging. And if you do win it and you're not in
There's
North
always a
America,
finisher
that's
in the
fine.
battle
We'll
pass.
get
I
you
guess they
a
don't
code.
put-
We'll set you up. We don't want
They put
anybody to
finishers in the
feel
battle passes?
Yeah.
left out. But
Maybe they stopped
enough
it.
about that, because I
They
need
just
to
had one in the
know. I
last
need to
season,
know
though.
about
You know that.
this.
Oh, here's one.
This is epic.
that shit look dope.
I'm Titan main myself, but I do appreciate myself a good, powerful warlock.
You know when
I like it.
you're on.
Myself, I'm my warlock in the game. I mean,
yeah.